Hey everyone, my name's Josh.
My name's Catherine.
And welcome to our brand new podcast, RiceWashed.
This is a podcast we were kind of discussing a couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was something that we were both kind of thinking about doing for a while, and Josh brought it up.
Yeah, it was like, I remember I was just driving you around. It was like when I came back to visit during a break, I think. And we were just talking about our childhood and how similar it was. But we never talked about it, and we've known each other for over like 10 years.
Yeah.
Which is insane, right?
It is crazy, yeah.
How this started and what it's about. Well, we were talking a lot about our childhood and like how similar our moms were and the trauma that we kind of went through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a lot of common ground between us. And as we were talking about it, we were like, hey, this could be a fun idea to talk about in a podcast, because I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there who are in the same situation.
Like a second generation, and I think we had a lot of like third generation friends or onwards, and so it was like really interesting talking about our high school experience and like our view or how we like perceived their family and how different it was from our own family.
Yes. Yeah. Very different.
And so we thought this podcast would be hopefully like would speak to a lot of your hearts and a lot of people out there, especially those in the Asian communities. And if you're not, welcome. I hope that you enjoy our suffering and our trauma.
Learn a little bit.
Learn a little bit about us.
Us in the Asian community.
Yeah. And so I think like what are some topics we're going to be talking about?
Well, there is how our childhood trauma has affected us now. That's definitely a big one. Yeah. What else? There's topics about us. Start general.
We'll talk about dating. Maybe some food things.
Yeah, food, religion.
Oh, what was it? We want to talk about like ghosts, haunted things, like what's it called?
Superstitions. Spoopy pod.
Body image.
Literally everything.
Yeah, it's a little bit triggering.
Yeah.
But before we get started into the podcast, this episode is going to be a little bit shorter. We just want to just kind of introduce ourselves and just kind of let you guys know a little bit about ourselves. So my name's Josh. I was actually born in Victoria, BC. If you don't know where that is, basically think of Vancouver. You take a little ferry ride over to the small island, and that's Victoria. So I was born there. I have 3 older brothers, and my dad's a pastor. My mom's a piano teacher. So I grew up in a very musical family and a very religious family. And so it was difficult in some ways, I think, just going through that. My mom was quite strict in terms of my grades, in both music and academics. So it was a little tough to like with that growing up. But yeah, so I grew up my whole life then and went to university in Victoria and studied music and education. And now I'm a music teacher, but I actually moved over to Vancouver. Yeah, so it's a little bit about me.
Just a little bit. Hi, I'm Catherine. I was actually not from here. I was born in Prince Rupert, which is on the mainland of northern BC, and I moved to Vancouver Island about, what is it now, 11, 12 years ago? More than that? Yeah, more than that. Right now I work in hospital clerical kind of stuff, and I'm kind of figuring out what I want to do after that, because there's so many things, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Because I am a lost, confused millennial who has no idea.
We are millennials who are just confused and stuck in this whole Gen Z world.
Yep.
And it's bizarre being a teacher and thinking that I'm young, because I know I'm still young, but knowing absolutely nothing that they're talking about.
We're like baby adults. No idea.
So maybe this podcast is actually just millennials trying to be Gen Z.
Oh no.
So let's talk about how we met.
Yeah.
So we actually went to high school together.
Mm-hmm.
LP, what up? You went to LP. Hey, what's up? And so you actually went to Olympic later on, right?
Yeah, I started when I was in grade 10.
Yeah, and I went straight from grade 9 all the way to grade 12. And so I met you when I was in grade 9. And you were grade 10, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then we kind of like, I felt like we clicked really easily. Like, I think it was like...
I can't really remember how it happened. I know I
don't
was
remember either.
Friends. I had like my group of friends in my grade, and I guess they were already friends with you.
Oh, okay, wait. It was band, right?
Yeah.
Band was like we were band kids. We call ourselves the band geeks. Okay, no shame. But like I think it was like I was friends with some people in your grade because our grades were 1 year apart. But our grades were super close, like all the way until you graduated and I graduated, and even till now.
Mm-hmm.
But band geeks were like a
Tight.
tribe.
We were tight.
We were tight. We were a tribe. And so, like, I had a lot of friends in your grade, and then you joined band later on, was it?
Yes, I think it was near the end of grade 10
And that's kind of where we met.
that I joined, yeah.
Okay, and I remember just my first thought was just short Filipino girl was my first initial thought of you. I thought that's kind of hilarious. But it was like I think we just found like a lot of like mutualities and like a lot of our like common interests, like music and food.
Our dumb humor.
Our really, really dumb humor. But it was like, it's just, I don't remember how it started, but I remember it just was we hit it off really, really easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so like ever since then, we've been friends since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's so sweet.
It was so nice. And it was like, and then we took classes together.
Yeah. We took classes together. You were taking, I was in grade 12, right? And you were taking...
No, wait,
like
no,
grade
grade
12.
11 because I took
that before
Chem
that?
11
Oh, even
in
before
grade
that.
10.
Yeah.
And you were in grade 11, and then
Oh
we
my
did Chem
gosh.
12 together.
We
Chemistry.
did no work. We sat in the back and did no work.
Limebrick Park people, if you know chemistry and why we just cringed.
You know that teacher.
You know that teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Limebrick was a pretty chill school, honestly.
It was small.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a huge school.
Yeah. There were like kind of cliques, but not really, because like the honor program had like we had an honor program. I don't know why I was in honors like English, because I'm not really good with that, but like we had an honors program, and so a lot of the kids who were there were keeners, and it actually had a mixture of like athletic, musical, and academic people all in one group. So I found that the cliques weren't that big or that strong.
Yeah.
And like our classes were so small. Like my grad class was like 90.
Oh wow, that is tiny.
Yeah. And then we just kind of knew everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
We actually went to each other's grads.
How fun!
I know.
How fun!
We were so close. It was so sad. I remember it was so sad when you guys graduated. Anyways, we
That's
stopped talking
bittersweet.
about it. Yeah, so that's kind of how we met, and we just thought that we wanted to just kind of share like some photos.
Oh my goodness!
So I told Catherine to like just find a whole bunch of photos of us like in the last couple of years, and we're just gonna react to it, and we're just gonna put the photos like right here for your enjoyment.
Very old ones from when we first met.
Hey everyone, Josh here. I hope you have been enjoying our podcast so far and have been able to get to know a little more about Catherine and I. Our next portion of the podcast actually shows some photos. If you would like to see them, we actually film videos of each of our episodes. You can head over to our YouTube channel, RiceWashed Podcast, to see us react and laugh at ourselves. If you are someone like me who enjoys watching podcasters interact, make sure to subscribe to our channel for weekly episodes and possibly some other content. Well, enough of that, let's move on to the next part. Okay, so this first one.
Okay, I don't even know, like, how did we decide these costumes? I don't remember that.
Wait, we had collaborated with this. No, we did not. We did not, because I was like, I'm gonna be an Asian nerd.
Oh,
Great. And you when I saw you we had dances at our school. At my school we do not, and I'm kind of glad we don't. Sorry to the kids who do want it, but it was just grinding. It was just literally just straight up grinding.
It was just a grind fest.
Just getting people ready for the
And you
clubs.
have the teachers that are like watching you too, like the chaperones. So they're just like watching all these like
just all these teenagers
60-year-olds
grinding.
just like,
I would be uncomfortable if we did that. But in this photo, I'm wearing suspenders, and I was probably wearing jeans too.
You're wearing a Domo t-shirt.
Oh my gosh,
Right.
Domo.
Domo.
Yeah, and so then like we wore the same 3D glasses from the movies.
With the lenses popped
Right.
out.
It's the next photo, like similar one.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, look
there's
at that. We look
there's the
so
outfit shot.
Asian.
Look how low you are squatting down. So you can
Look when I wore toques. Look at my hair.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Oh my
With
gosh,
the
look.
brim. I had my bangs. Oh.
We look like
I
children.
cut those bangs myself.
Oh really?
I did.
I heard that's really difficult.
Yeah.
Aww.
This is cute.
We look like kids.
We actually look like children.
Oh my gosh, this is okay. This photo is suspenseful. The next photo is coming.
This was a snow day.
We barely had snow days in Victoria.
Yeah.
And so this is like we were like, oh, let's go sledding down this puny hill. Like I think it was outside.
It was the
of
hill just outside our school, right? In like the fields.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
No. It was close to Tyndall Fields.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And so then we were like, let's go sledding, and it was a lot of fun.
And then the tragedy struck.
This could have ended really badly. So in this photo, I'm on like the other like side of the gate. But the thing is, like underneath the gate is just like they're just cut, right? They're not even like tied together.
Yeah.
And so I went straight.
And there was like what do you call it? Not a cliff, but there was like cement things, and then it dropped down. There was a drop down.
It was like a pit. This is a pit.
Yeah.
It was like a soccer field pit thing.
Yeah.
And so I went straight through the gate, and like I just like kind of like the snow was pretty high, so when I got up I'm like and then I was like, what happened? And Catherine's like, where's Josh?
All I remember was we were sliding like really fast, and I remember you screaming, crashing into the fence, and I look and I'm like, where's Josh?
Like
he's on the other side
like
of the
fence.
fence.
Your hands, like literally saying, where's Josh? I'm like, like I could have got hurt like crazy because those wires were sharp,
sketchy.
right?
But thank goodness.
I still remember. This was so much fun. We're so old now. I don't think. I mean, we
would hurt ourselves doing this now. This is at the your church retreat.
Church retreat, yeah. This is a church retreat at Camp Quanos. What up, Camp Quanos? We actually went a couple times, right? You went a couple times.
I went a couple times, at least twice. Yeah.
I don't know why this is a thing.
You just love to pester me.
Yeah. No, we just love to like bother each other. So sometimes I don't know. I just took your hair and it's crossed. I don't know where this started.
See how it's like kind of choking me as well.
Casual pain.
That's just how he shows his love.
Yeah, that's how I show you love. Like I still don't. I think it's just hilarious. Oh, I can zoom
Look
in.
at your face.
What the hell? Like my face is such a baby face.
You're so proud of this.
Aww.
I think we look super baby here.
This one literally is my underbite is showing. Like I used to smile like with my underbite, and then now I've always been insecure. Thanks trauma. About my underbite, but anyways.
That was cute.
We look very
look how baby we
much
look.
young children.
Yeah.
And
So what year?
Clearly my aesthetic has changed. I wore a lot of color back then.
Aeropostale. What year would that have been? 2011?
I think it was the same year as the Halloween one we saw.
Yeah.
This is like,
what do you even say about this?
This captures our whole friendship. Like whenever we snap each other, we're always just like double chin, like to the max. Like that's our whole friend. Do you remember that one time I took over your Snapchat streaks?
Back for when we did streaks.
Yeah, definitely. I stopped that. My friends were so pissed at me. But there's one time I took over Catherine's Snapchat streaks. And yes, okay, my kids think I'm crazy that I have Snapchat. We had it first. We were OG.
The OG Snapchatters.
I took over yours because you went to Korea, I think, right? And then I was just sending the streaks, and then I just sent it to all our friends, not knowing that they would see all the photos of my double chin, like not flattering pictures. And one time we were at, as usual, eating, and your friend came in. I don't remember his name. The tall
James.
Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, you're the double chin dude." I'm like, "Shoot."
So that's how he's known.
So now I'm known as the double chin man. Oh my gosh! I wonder how these people are doing.
We also look very baby.
This is just us hanging out at my fellowship, my church fellowship. Dive.
Playing games.
Rest in peace.
Oh no! Yeah, that's not a thing anymore.
It was a good time. It was a very good time. I feel like that's like kind of like, although we're school friends, you met a lot of my church friends because of like Dive and stuff, and we're all pretty close now.
Yeah. I miss all these people. Oh, look how cute. Look how nice.
Wait, is this my grad?
This is my winter grad. Oh.
No, we switched it up. This is my grad,
I'm
right? Because I wore that color that I matched with
right.
Caleb and Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you came
nice.
to our grad too. I went to your grad. I think those pictures could have come up.
Of course.
Just Lord of Ed just chilling in the back.
Hi, cousin.
We're gonna say a whole bunch of names, but we're gonna blur their faces out because we don't want them privacy.
We don't want to expose them.
Oh,
So this was
this was
my
your grad. This is when I went with Sherry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I have funny photos with that. It's
Our
it's just crazy looking at this photo.
friends.
Like so much has changed in the last couple of years. Hey?
Yeah.
Like this one's married. You know who you are. Oh, okay.
That's
This is your
cute
grad.
too. Yeah, this is my grad. Memories.
It was so sad. I remember when you guys graduated because I was actually considering graduating a year early. I don't know if I told you
Oh.
that because I had all my credits basically,
Yeah.
but I was like, no, I can't ditch my friends.
No.
Yeah. Aw. Look at your your hair.
My hair. I know my bangs.
It's so different now. My hair was just like afro, Asian fro.
Your
though.
Asian fro.
Now it's like fro but half permed because my perm is going away. Literally choking.
Actual choking.
Actual choking. This is at my grad. We actually got to keep the gown and the sash.
Oh, I remember we found those when we were cleaning your room that one time. Way
back when. Yeah.
Way back when.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Oh my gosh.
Tofino.
This
I
is
love this
tofino.
picture.
This kind of okay. I feel like people like. I think when we're with other people, sometimes like I mean, depending who it is, like where I'm a little quieter, we're both kind of quieter. But when we're together,
With our crew.
our energy just changes.
This is a vibe.
This is a prime example of our friendship.
This is a vibe.
We literally we sit there to take a photo, and then we just both lifted our legs up.
Who does that?
Us.
Choir.
I think this is the one. The choir was the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
This is around like how many, like 20, 25 people.
So
So I actually used to run a church choir at my church. Yes, that's what it is.
That's where it is.
Yeah, and we actually like met a lot of really cool people and friends there, and a lot of like actually the people in those photos like I'm so close with like to this day, and it was a lot of fun. We actually did like annual summer concerts where we raised money for like charities and stuff. We put up some crazy stuff.
Those are so fun. They were stressful. It was always just kind of like, it felt like last minute, like, rehearsal. But then at the end, it just all came together every time.
Every time.
Every time.
I remember dress rehearsals were always like, oh no. And then the concert, we always stepped it up.
Yeah.
Oh, so much fun.
It's the adrenaline.
So much has happened. Like, so many people here are like engaged or married or have kids. Right? This is literally all pre-babies. And pre-marriages, and I'm still single. Okay.
We'll get to that.
Oh.
Look how coordinated we are.
Okay, this one is
You're so mad.
This is my first year running the choir. I remember that,
Mhm.
and this is our little small group, and we met this summer. Right, we actually met this summer and sang some songs, so that was really nice. But this picture is us trying to all look in sync, and then our friend
Because we
Phil.
sang "Run to You," so that's why we're in this pose.
Yes,
Because we were
yes,
like,
yes.
okay, we need to
Pentatonics.
run. Look like we're running.
And we had decided like we're gonna do this pose, but our friend decided not to, and you could literally see
Mess
in my
it up.
face that like you idiot. Still mad to this day. This is a funny photo. Like I mean, to be fair, he had a good point. Like our running stance is literally not how you run.
Yeah, that's not how you run at
But
all.
we decided as a team.
As a group.
As a group. Oh, okay. This is fast forward a couple years, I think. Actually, this is my graduation. This is just another example. That's the next two photos of our friendship.
Instagram versus reality.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is literally a photo we took
That was
yesterday.
literally yesterday.
So much has changed.
Notice how we're still matching. This was like unintentional.
We're still
But
matching.
we have matching raincoats.
The only color I have is literally just dark blue clothes, and even my students know. But yeah, so much has changed. Yeah, it's crazy actually just to look back at all
Just
those
compare the photos from that photo to one of the first ones.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm glad we all had our glow ups. I mean,
Okay, it's still in the works. I don't know.
so it's just
We're
a little
working on
bit
it.
about us, and just we're probably embarrassed ourselves honestly through these photos, and
That's
I hope no one memes them because
Please don't meme them.
Please don't meme, especially my students. Okay, you know, don't meme me.
Listen to Mr. Poon.
Oh, before we end, we should maybe just talk about why we call it RiceWashed.
Oh, that's important. We were kind
We
of
were
tossing
sitting, and then-
around.
we were
a few
sitting in
names. in the McDonald's.
And after I was like on a break after my shift.
Yeah.
And then we're just coming up with names, and RiceWashed just sounded hilarious because one, we love rice. And you have to wash your rice. Okay. Those who don't, who was that person? There's like Uncle
Roger.
Uncle Rogers was
Hi,
like
Uncle Roger.
criticizing that person. Yeah, you need to wash your rice. I have a lisp and it's showing. You need to wash your rice. And we thought it was really funny because I don't know if we're gonna get canceled for saying this, but I don't think there's no harm in it. But basically, a lot of Asians who are grown up in like a different culture in terms of like America or Canada, we usually call it like whitewashed because they lost a lot of culture. And so we just thought it was really funny, and it felt like it had a funny ring to it.
It's good. I like it. Yeah.
That's it for today's episode. Just wanted to introduce ourselves, and I hope that you'll tune into our other episodes.
Thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. Tune into our next episode,
which will come out sometime.
At some point.
She lives in Victoria and I live in Vancouver, so we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out later.
Hey, see you guys.
Bye.
Hey guys, Catherine here. Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of our podcast. You can check us out on Instagram and YouTube at RiceWashed Podcast, as well as our own personal Instagrams, Josh at JMKPoon and me at Catherine Lava. Stay tuned. Make sure to follow and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our new episodes. Bye!